Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, May 3rd, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. First up, there possibly was a Google search ranking algorithm update around April 26th. There was definitely some chatter in the different forums and definitely signs from the ranking tracking tools. It kind of died down very quickly since then, so it wasn't one of those massive updates, but there definitely was some type of shuffle around that date. Google completely lost all of the Search Console data for a 16-day period, with the exception of the performance reports. So the crawl coverage reports, all the enhancement reports, etc. Everything but the performance reports lost data from this date range, from specifically April 9th through April 25th. And that's a 16-day period. Google backfilled that data with data from April 26th. So you'll see a flat line across all your reports pulling from April 26th to backfill all this data. It's gone. It has specifically to do with the indexing issues that Google had back on April 5th, which again, I'll state what I wrote in this article here. It doesn't make sense 100% to me that Google's April 5th through April 11th indexing bug doesn't exactly correlate with the April 9th to April 25th Google Search Console data bug. Because if the Search Console data bug was directly related to the indexing bug, wouldn't the Search Console data start on data loss start on April 5th and not start on April 9th, which it does? But John Mueller specifically said that the Search Console data loss was specific to the indexing bug, and because it was specific to the indexing bug, they just don't have the data to backfill. It's just they have to copy something there, and they put the data from April 26th. Google did document it in the data anomalies page. Google also said that their backlinks report is not yet backfilled with data. It's still catching up. So if you are looking at the backlink report in Search Console, it's still not up to date as far as I know, even up to today. Also, a few days ago, the manual actions report in Google Search Console, the manual actions viewer, suddenly started removing all manual actions for any site that even has a manual action. Google fixed it within about 24 hours. Marie Hayes was the first to spot it, basically saying, oh, something odd's going on. All my manual actions for all my clients are going away. What's going on? And John Mueller confirmed there was an issue. And then Google fixed the issue about 24 hours later when they started showing up. So if you did see your manual actions disappear on like Tuesday, they probably came back on Thursday. Google Search Console added 3 new reports to their list of reports. The first report is an unparsable structured data report, which looks like this. It basically shows you structured data that they can't even parse at all. If they can't parse it, they can't even show you errors on it. So this actually shows you that, which is nice. You can actually access that report over here. Also, Google launched 2 new enhancement reports. One is for logo structured markup, and the second one is for site links search box structured markup. So if you do have any markup around logo markup or site links search box markup, you will get these 2 new reports in Search Console. The other reporting things, Google Ads, formerly AdWords, Google AdSense for publishers. I believe also Google's Play Console for app developers. I also hear Google Insights for Google My Business. All of these are having reporting issues. I asked Google if the ads is related to AdSense, is related to whatever. Google said no, ads is separate. Google Ads reporting delays are separate. It's still an issue. If you log into Google Ads, you'll get this notification saying there's issues reporting. Google has not fixed it yet, but it seems more widespread than just one report. Google Search Console had issues. I think that's unrelated. Google Ads has issues. Google AdSense, I think, is related to the Google Ads issues, even though Google told me it's not. Google Play has issues. So if I logged into Google Play yesterday to check my app insights, again, those have issues. Google My Business has issues with their insights. Something's weird at Google. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but it is pretty disturbing. Just keep in mind that if you are using Google Ads, AdSense, etc., the reports are off, and Google is looking to fix it. And talking about that, I asked Google's John Mueller, at least on the organic side team, on the search side team, if Google's buggier than normal. April was a horrible month. We had things like indexing bugs, search console issues, the cache date issues, mobile-friendly and rich recipe, rich snippets issues, manual action bugs, and the list goes on and on. And I asked John Mueller, is Google more buggy than it usually is? And he said, I wouldn't say it's more often. Basically saying that it's just more visible. People are noticing it more, which kind of concerns me. I think probably, he basically also said the indexing bug was really, really big. It caused another ripple of issues. And because of that, you had those issues. But Google General said it's not. He wouldn't say it was Google's more buggy in April than it usually is. So that was interesting to hear from John Mueller. I asked John Mueller also about the progress they're making specifically with the mobile-first indexing rollout. And as we know, back in December, Google said 50% of their index is now via mobile-first indexing, where Google will crawl the web from a mobile-first perspective as a mobile user agent and load your mobile website first. But Google's John Mueller said they're still on track. Even though the last half will be really, really hard, Google said, they're still on track, and they might have information to share with us relatively soon, he said, around the progress they're making with mobile-first indexing. It seems like Google stopped with the notifications around mobile-first indexing Search Console notifications. I haven't seen many reports of it in the past. This website is not on the mobile-first indexing yet. It's specifically using dynamic serving, which is somewhat different than the other methods, and it's the mobile version is kind of outdated, unlike our other websites that we built. But in any event, I'm looking forward to hearing more information from Google. They said they're still on track, and they're going to hopefully have some news for us soon. Google's John Mueller said if it's not obvious which links are absolutely hurting your website, then it's probably that those links are not hurting your website, but they're also probably not helping your website. And John Mueller said this in a tweet over here. You can look at that to more details if you want. Kind of need to speed up a little bit. Google My Business is exploring possibly charging fees. They sent out a survey last week basically asking business owners, are they willing to pay to be listed in Google My Business with various services? And I posted some of the survey results over here, and some of them are like charging from like $20 a month to like $80 a month or so forth. It's very interesting. It doesn't mean that Google's going to charge for Google My Business, but it's something that Google's absolutely exploring. The Google My Business PO establishment bug has been fixed for some. I personally do see now, instead of POI establishment, I see this is what I did see. Now I see this point of interest. That's still there as of yesterday, at least. Google's Danny Sullivan says we do not provide SEO help or services or consulting or whatever or support if we have a business relationship with you. So if you spend a lot of ad money with us, or if you're a partner with YouTube creators or whatever it might be, Google does not provide support based on those relationships. And it's not something that Google has done or will do, they said. Google's testing or showing Google search snippets with image carousels with a collage. So we've seen image carousels before in the snippet, like normal one, just images, but now they have these collages also, which is pretty interesting. The whole block is actually clickable. You can't click on the individual links there. Big Ads has renamed it from Big Ads to Microsoft Advertising. They're changing their name. I'm not sure if Bing is going to be renamed to Microsoft Search or something, but right now, Big Ads is now Microsoft Advertising. And the Big Ads Twitter account is dead. But now we should stop calling it Big Ads. We should call it Microsoft Advertising. This is like the fourth name Microsoft has come up for their advertising search ads system. 5 months ago, Tom Anthony reported a Google exploit, specifically where Google was a way to manipulate Googlebot to execute JavaScript on other people's websites, where Google can actually index the content of those exploits, as well as links included in that content. Google didn't do anything about it, so Tom said, all right, I'm going to publish the findings so that Google, that it's public, and he published it yesterday or the day before. We wrote about it in Search Engine Land, It really reminds me of when Google had that knowledge panel exploit, where you're able to actually change the knowledge panel to anything you want, and it made a fool of Google because they didn't handle that issue because it was bugs for like 2.5 years. This was a bug for about, at least a known bug for about 5 months. And this is actually more harmful because people can actually manipulate Google to think that there's certain content on that page that people can't see, as well as links on that page that people can't see. And of course, that's not a really good thing. Google said nobody's really using this abuse, but they're aware of it and they're keeping an eye on it, but they haven't done anything about it. Google launching a new video series around SEO myth busting. The trailer looks amazing. Martin Splitt looks like he's handling this, but it's definitely worth watching the trailer. It's pretty fun. Of course, these myth busting things probably are very basic stuff, but it's always good because you have clients or colleagues or whoever say, oh, this is what works with Google, and you know it's like a complete myth. Hopefully this video series will cover that information, so you can actually go ahead and have that information there. And you actually point your client and say, hey, here's Google saying that this is a myth and it's not true. Google had an Easter egg for Thanos, which is basically from the Avengers movie, which I haven't seen. I probably won't see until it comes out on a plane when I fly or somewhere. But basically, it makes the search results disappear. So if you search for that on Google, if you search on that in Google, you'll see a little hand come up at the top right over there. You click on it, and then it makes a snap. If there was noise, you'll be able to hear it, and it makes the search results actually disappear, which is pretty cool. To round out, Google is working on a fix, or they have worked on a fix to fix how many legs horses and snakes have. If you did a search at Google, how many legs does a horse have, it would tell you it has 6 legs. And if you did a search on how many legs does a snake have, it would say 4 legs. It's pretty much picking up the content from Wikipedia. Google has fixed this. It's kind of embarrassing for Google to actually have feature snippets like this, but it happens fairly often, believe it or not. On the news end, Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google, who really helped Google become really, really large, and the board member of Google is stepping down from the board after 18 years of being at Google. This is pretty big news, but I think in the past couple of years, he had really very little insight and say into Google. And finally, if you log into Google Search Console today, in honor of May 4th, which is happening tomorrow, Google's doing a Star Wars theme, which is pretty cool. I think I posted every single Easter egg that you can find. You can toggle on by clicking on the little toggle there. It tells you, are you sure you want this? You say okay, and then you can look at lightsabers in the errors reports. You can go to Search Performance Report and filter by this galaxy or far, far away. You can retrieve data from the Google Index. And there's a lot more information here, so there's a lot of little Easter eggs if you want to check it out. It's really cool. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz. This is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at SERoundtable.com over the past week. Today again is May 3rd. Everyone have a great May 4th, and may the Schwartz be with you. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye.